Hey, welcome back. I'm Scott, the Golf Strength Coach, and welcome to the YouTube channel for golfstrengthcoach.com. So in this video, I want to discuss what I feel are the best exercises that you should train to improve your strength so that you can improve your performance on a golf course. Obviously, the key thinking here is that we want to get stronger so we have greater ability to hit the golf ball further. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. The 4 best exercises to help you improve your strength are the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, and the overhead press. So I'm going to discuss each one of these briefly and tell you why. So the squat, which basically means you're going to be putting a barbell on your back once you get to a certain point in your training. And I'll understand some of you might be reluctant to do that because you might have a knee issue, you might have had a knee replacement. But the bottom line is the squat is a natural human movement pattern, and you've got to squat down to do some everyday chores such as going to the bathroom, squatting and bending over to pick something up off the floor, that kind of thing. So you can train the squat starting out with no weight and with a minimal range of motion, and then you gradually build up to a place where you can put a barbell on your back and add some weight and train a full range of motion, and that's going to allow you to get your body a lot stronger. So the squat is an exercise that ultimately can be loaded with a substantial amount of weight. It trains the thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the squat that I like to employ with my own training is called the low bar squat. So the bar doesn't sit right on top of my shoulders, it sits a little bit below, and we kind of trap the bar against our back with our hands in a certain position, and that causes our torso, when we're going into the downward motion in the squat, to lean over a little bit, and then as we push back up, it engages the hips and the posterior chain quite a bit more, and we're engaging the lower back a bit more than your standard high bar squat, where you're going to be squatting up and down with your torso in a more vertical position. So this way we're taking a little bit of pressure off the knees and transferring the work into our hips and our posterior chain a little bit more than a standard squat. Either one will be effective in training for substantial strength overall. The deadlift. The deadlift is a tremendous total body exercise that involves the lower body and the upper body. It trains the hamstrings, the low back, the glutes, the lats, the traps, and obviously the forearms. So tremendous exercise. A lot of people are afraid to do it, afraid of getting injured, afraid of injuring their back. We train the movement properly with good form to avoid injury as much as possible, but the fact of the matter is it'll strengthen your back even if you have some sort of a back issue. But as always, you might want to talk to a physical therapist or whatnot, and definitely get coaching on the lift if possible. I personally have had a low back issue for 20 years, and I still train the deadlift. I don't train it as much as the other main exercises, but I still include it in my rotation over time. The bench press is the upper body exercise that allows you to move the most weight, and it engages the pecs, which I've mentioned in the previous video, are actually engaged in the golf swing. Front part of the shoulders, and obviously the triceps, and the way we teach the bench press as well, you're actually employing a little bit of leverage with your lower body in the movement. So another great exercise, and it's perfect for training overall body strength. And then lastly is the overhead press, the standing overhead press. That's another total body movement that has, that's actually probably the most difficult of the 4 lifts. And it's the lift that we're going to lift the least amount of weight with over time, but it engages a longer kinetic chain than any of the other lifts because we're on both feet and we're pushing the weight up all the way over our head. So you have the core involved, you've got the shoulders involved, triceps, you've even got the glutes involved, and the hamstrings to a little bit of extent, and your calves as well. So with the squat, the deadlift, and overhead press, if you can train those effectively, it effectively negates the need to focus on balance training, which a lot of golf fitness operations like to do, because if you can press a good amount of weight up over your head without falling over, if you can squat with a significant amount of weight without falling over, if you can deadlift 200, 300, 400 pounds without falling over, then you're going to have pretty good balance. So these exercises go beyond just building strength. They help with your mobility, your flexibility, and your balance as well. There's just no better way for training the body in its entirety than these compound movements. A couple other exercises that we like to add into the mix over time are chin-ups or pull-ups, however, which way you want to do them, and rowing motions as well. So you add in those exercises, and then we can add some assistance exercises as well to our program, and we have a nice rounded fitness program centered around those 4 main lifts. So I've got a complete golf fitness program I'll hope you check out. Click on that link below this video, and I cover strength training, mobility training, improving your flexibility, conditioning, diet, and even throw in some golf instruction as well. So check that link out, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.